It's Terp here with Terp Bee Keeps Bees. So today is exciting. Last time I did a hive inspection, I saw some evidence that there wasn't a queen. So when you're doing your hive inspection, what that looks like is there were no new eggs. There was a lot of pollen being packed into cells where brood would be. They're kind of irritated. I haven't seen the usual orientation swarms that you would see that we talked about in the first video. So I think maybe the queen died. That happens for a variety of reasons that I'll go into in another video, but for all intents and purposes I had to get another queen in there. So today we are going to check it out. Maybe they've raised another one. We're going to double check just to be sure. If there's another queen in there, then we get to make a split and have 2 colonies, which is great. And if not, we get to requeen the hive. So either way, there's some crazy stuff that I've never done before, and I hope it goes well. So let me show you guys the queen. This is our new queen bee. You can see her in there. She's large and she has a white dot on her back. She has been shipped with some attendant bees, little bonus bees as it were. And the reason they're shipped in this funny cage is if we were to open up and just drop her in there, the worker bees that live in the colony currently would ball up on her and kill her because they wouldn't accept her as the queen immediately. So to the left of the queen is this white square. This is actually sugar. And in the side of the cage, there's a bee-sized hole. It's plugged with sugar. So what they do is the current bees are able to smell her through the screen, and by the time they've eaten through the sugar, they'll have accepted her pheromones. So it's a pretty ingenious little time-release solution to let the queen out with enough time to get the new workers accustomed to her. And the sugar also feeds them while they're in transit. I ordered this queen from the northern United States, and they shipped her overnight, but I imagine it's still pretty great for them that they packed a snack. So we're getting set up to do the inspection before my bee friend gets here. Duncan Shira is the actual best. And it looks like there's an orientation swarm going on. I keep using the word swarm, and that's really incorrect. It's an orientation flight where they're all just flying around. But this kind of supports my theory that they're queenless, because I don't know if you can hear it, but it's really loud. And it's never this loud. I'll put you closer so you can hear it. I've also seen a lot of drones hanging out. This guy right here is a drone with a really blunt butt and the big eyes. And you usually don't see them just hanging out, and there's a lot of them. And if the workers have started to lay, they can only lay drones. Drones are male bees. They literally only live to mate with queens. They don't forage. They just eat resources and kind of hang out and drink bee beer and watch BTV. So if there's a lot of drones in the hive, that's also a sign of queenlessness. So these guys might be pretty grouchy. We're going to suit up as soon as Duncan gets here and see what's going on. So where you see the brood, the capped cells that are sticking out, that's drone, and there's lots of other capped brood, but there are no eggs. Which leads me to believe that this is queenless. So we get to fix that. In the upper right corner, there's a cell that sticks out a little bit more. That's them trying to make a new queen.
Sorry, there was a bee on me. Still filming. There we go.
Okay. In the upper right corner, there's one that sticks out a little bit more. That's them trying to make a new queen. So we are gonna goosh that cell because we are installing one. They have to fly out to get fertilized, and they get like eaten by birds and stuff, or if it's raining, they get lost. Like, it's just really risky. Let them build their own and rely on that. You film it like any time. So many people like really like seeing this.
Looks heavy.
That weighs about 80 pounds.
It's a lot. It's really heavy.
So heavy.
I guess it's full of honey and bees.
Yeah, that's why you make them make honey for you in the smaller boxes. Because
That-
those weigh about 30 pounds.
That makes sense.
Very good, but let's be cool.
Be cool.
Be cool. Yeah. Help! Alright. So, I've basically done an inspection of the hive and did not see any eggs. And I do see a lot of very angry bees. These are unhappy bees. They're kind of bugging me right now. They're not happy with me. They're not happy with anything. So I've taken out a frame, and that frame is going to live in this nucleus hive for about a week. And while that's happening, this lady with her sugar plug on top is just going to live right. I need to space this further. Sorry for all the crazy camera work. I'm trying to be safe here. Be safe. Ha 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 ha. Is it really less space? She is just going to slide in right here. So when she comes out, she'll be right in the middle of prime egg laying area. This is also where most of the bees are. And you can see they're interested, they're checking her out, they're getting her smell. So over the next few days, they're going to eat away at that sugar plug. And by the time it's eaten to where she can get out, they'll have accepted her as their queen. And you put the sugar plug up because those bonus bees, those attendant bees, sometimes they die and they block her entrance. So if you ever do this, make sure you put the sugar plug facing up. Alright, I'm going to put this hive back together. So this is one of our beetle traps. It just has oil in it and it's got a couple beetles in it. So far, this is the better beetle blaster brand, and it seems to be the most effective out of the ones I've tried. Nasty little guys.
Trying to get it to focus. There we go.
Anyone who's interested, all that white capped honey, and all the honey that's about to be capped, and all the honey on the other side, is for human consumption. This is our first harvest. Once they cap all this, we can start eating it. Yep. Except for those grubs. I'm about to cut them out. They shouldn't be there.
So when you're harvesting the honey, do you just take that whole wax like plate out and then put a new one in?
So we're gonna, when we harvest it, we're gonna cut out squares and leave a little bit of comb along the top.
Okay.
So when they get their empty frames back, they'll have a guide to rebuild. So. But
oh,
yeah.
so you don't put the wax pattern back in?
No.
Okay.
No. So they'll have this to start from. They'll just have a strip along the top, and what everyone else is gonna get is just a square of comb with honey in it.
That's awesome.
This section of the strip where it's kind of flat, you can see it starts to build out into full-length comb. So this is why we put in the foundation strips. It just gives them like a sewing pattern how to build. So this is almost completely flat. They haven't gotten to this side yet, but they're starting to build along the bottom. You see it's curved. It just helps give them an idea of where you want them to go. Alright, so we put the queen in. We're going to check on her over the weekend to see if she's been accepted, and we'll give you an update then. I want to give a special thank you to Duncan today for coming and helping out. He got stung and took it like a champ. That man is a national treasure. And yeah, we'll see you all in a few days to see how things are going with her new Royal Majesty. See you then. Bye.